Welcome back to page 121. Today we're going to take a look at an offer from GURPS Traveler by Steve Jackson Games. Deck Plan 1 Beowulf Class Free Trader. This is a pretty nice little set that was out around the year 2000. I'm going to take a look at what's contained in here. There's little cardboard cutout Traveler characters back here. And we're going to take a look at what's inside and what you got for your $19.95. So today on page 121, Deck Plan 1, Beowulf Class Free Trader. Okay, here's the Deck Plan 1, Beowulf Free Class Trader. First thing I want to show is I kept the receipt when I bought this. I bought this December 29th of the year 2000. For total with tax was $21.25 from 3D House of Games. They used to be over a few miles from my house here in Mokina. They're long since out of business. They went out in 01. So, here we have Traveler Deck Plan 1. This is a bigger deck plan set, as you would expect. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll be pulling the camera up a little bit, moving it about to show the whole thing. But I'm going to start out by showing you what you got, which was just a bunch of plans. You get the little cover sheet. You get the Cardboard Heroes information, the Journal of Travelers Aid Society, a little flyer there. And this is a neat little poster that I'll hang up and show at the end of the video. So here we go. We start with Deck 1. I have used these for Traveler itself, and even in the early 2000s, played a little snapshot with them. These were neat because here you only have part of a ship, right? Okay, we turn it over. You've got it on a grid if you want it. You've got it in hexes instead of just on squares. So it was neat because they printed the entire thing in squares and then in hexes. So whichever version you wanted to use was available to you. Snapshot works better in the squares based on the rules, which is what we ended up playing. But I like these. I like how it's set up, and I like the option. Here's your legend to show what you're dealing with, and then a side view of the ship itself. So this is Deck 1, 1A. Now we go to the next one. And we go to 1B. Again, you have hexes on this side, and you have that on the other. So these fit together, so you have one continuous deck. So these were very big, physically, and very nice to put on the tabletop to run your game. I have to actually turn this sideways to show you. So you see how the two hook up, and this ends up being 4 feet long. So that's pretty cool, and it is a great way to run your game. So these deck plans are very useful. There were, I think, 4 in the series. I'll have to double check that, and it gives you a lot of gaming environment actually on the ship. Here we go with Deck 2. Keeping in mind too, this is a small ship. It's just a Beowulf class free trader. So they have deck plans this big and this detailed. There you go. And there's the hex side on the other side. So pretty neat. I like the offering. I'm a fan of GURPS Traveler. If you followed my channel for a while now, you know that. I thought GURPS Traveler was the actual successor to Classic Traveler. I love that they skipped the Rebellion, and even if you are going to do Rebellion or any era of Traveler, GURPS Traveler stuff is invaluable as far as information. So I'm not going to hook up any more of these together. I'm just going to show the various decks. Here we go. This is a partial deck. This is massive when put together because you have several pieces that link up. And again, here we have the information on the 200-ton free trader and all the information about history, the life aboard, the security. This is just a nice offering. And dealing with one ship, but it was pretty cool. Again, we're going to go to the next deck, and so on and so forth. So you get the idea. This is the other half. Here's the Classic Traveler, High Guard statistics, and then the Mega Traveler statistics. So again, GURPS wasn't just staying in a box. You could use this in everything else. I did. I never cared much for the GURPS system. If you follow my channel for a while now, you've heard me say that before, but I was a big fan of the GURPS products. If you're a fan of Traveler, you know that just with a couple of tweaks, you can adjust almost any Traveler product to fit in any other Traveler game that you're running. So we're going to come up out of here, and then we're going to take a look at the next. There's only a few more pages of this. Again, hex on each side, which is really nice. This is a massive deck. I only played on the full center deck once, and I had to put out 2 of these big tables to make it happen. 2 of the 30-inch by 6-foot tables to accommodate this map. Great for snapshot, great for regular role-playing if you're having any kind of gunfight or anything. Great tactics. There we go. Some more information. There's a legend again. What is what? What are we looking at? Just nice detail. Good size. I like these. I'm going to put a mini or 2 on here on the last map to show you what the scale would end up being. There we go. There you go. And then this is a layout that shows how all the maps form together to form the second deck of the Free Trader. Invaluable game aid that's seen my table many, many times. This also is good if you're playing Champions. You can use these decks, and I have, as floor plans for a Champions fight. They're plenty big, and we just put some 3D pieces of barrels and crates and stuff like that around, and it works great for Traveler, or for Champions. Also works well for Star Wars. So these are invaluable for any kind of space game. Heck, you could even do a Gamma World on this if you wanted to, and certainly Star Frontiers. I love a good deck plan. I love a good physical deck plan that you can just lay out, and gosh, wow. Here we go. And again, this is just the third deck. There's the legend of what's what. And then lastly, yep, this is the last map. So on the last map, there's the hexes again. On the last map, we get the breakdown of how the third deck would go together and the deck itself. I'm going to pull out a few of the minis now and show you how the scale is on these and how you would play with minis on it. There's my Han Solo looking guy. I'm going to zoom in a little bit on this. And he's in a disagreement with this white-haired gentleman. This gentleman over here. And then this guy, some kind of prospector, space guy. And this guy is some kind of mechanic. So I'm going to go ahead and go in closer on all this and show you what I'm talking about. As you can see, these scale beautifully. These figures are 25 millimeter. Get a little more light on my guy there. And these guys are 28 millimeter. These guys, these last 2 are from Reaper. Or actually, I think they're from, yeah, they're from Reaper, but not Bones. So as you can see, these scale beautifully. You have no problem moving the figures around. Just, I love a good deck plan. So that's all I wanted to say today about these plans. These are available through Far Future Enterprise, Mark Miller's site, under the GURPS heading. You would have to take them to Kinko's or something and get them blown up to print them out, but would absolutely be worth it. These are great for any space-going game. Gamma World, Traveler, Star Frontiers, Star Wars, you name it. They're a great role-playing environment, and I recommend them highly. And here's a look at the poster. That was the very first piece that came out of it. I said I'd show it later. There you go. It's, I'm going to see if I can get it. There we go. Get the whole thing. Free Trader Beowulf, come in. Free Trader Beowulf, can you hear me? Come in, Free Trader Beowulf. Hang in there, Beowulf. A universe of help is out there. I liked that they answered the Mayday signal from the Free Trader Beowulf on the original box set. And here we go. There's some of the products that GURPS offered. As I said, in my opinion, the spiritual successor of Classic Traveler, which the current version of that would be Mongoose. I think they're a good spiritual successor as well. So there's the map as promised. If you liked what you saw today, please like and subscribe, tell your friends, and I'll see you next time on page 121.